Welcome to His, Hers, and Ours, Hers edition. Have you ever felt like the world could be a better place, but you're unsure where to start? You're not alone. I believe that even one person can make a difference. This podcast is about awakening and empowering ourselves to build a stronger future for our communities. I know what it's like to juggle a lot. As a single mom, I work multiple jobs to make ends meet. As a wife and mother, I went to college and got my bachelor's degree in information technology. But those challenges taught me invaluable lessons about resilience and resourcefulness. On His, Hers, and Ours, Hers edition, we'll be tackling real world issues, exploring solutions, and sharing inspiring stories, all focused on relationships, careers, parenting, and the things that matter most in our lives. Let's get started. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle of petty argument? Like the wrong size purse becomes a full blown fight? We've all been there. Today, we're talking about moving beyond the petty and building better communication in your relationships. We'll explore why we get hung up on small things, how to address them effectively, and ultimately, how to cultivate a more peaceful life. So grab your headphones and let's dive in. Sometimes we can be petty. Sometimes we can say, I wanted the green purse in a bigger size. Why did he bring me this little shit ass purse? Or why would he get me the wrong size shoes or jeans? Or how dare he take me to the Cheesecake Factory? Pettiness. These are things that you're just looking for something to argue about. Return them, exchange them, accept the fact that men are forgetful. Vice versa, women can be forgetful too. I've definitely bought things that are too tight because I didn't realize that, or he's no longer a large and he's now an extra large. These are things that you don't need to be petty about. You just accept them and then you rectify the situation in any way that you can. Somebody leaves all the lights on, just go turn them off. They go back and turn them on, turn them off. Eventually, there's going to be a conversation and you can explain why. Like by leaving all the lights on, you're costing us $50 more a month. $50 times 12 equals $600. So we're losing $600 because we're not turning off lights. So I'm just trying to keep that money in our savings account, our investment account. Explain yourself so that you are understood and it's not confused that you're trying to be petty. Sometimes we say things in concern and our tone of voice or the way we question it or the mood of the person receiving it causes it to not be understood. Then we get defensive and we automatically, some people, like me, I am some people, get defensive and try to explain yourself. Now you're making the situation worse because the person didn't understand you to begin with and you're just stating all these things that's just making it more confusing. Take a step back. It's okay to repeat yourself. It's okay to wait for somebody to absorb, digest, and understand what you said before continuing on in a conversation, in a situation, or with what you're doing. So once you've addressed the pettiness and you've built an understanding, you have to move on towards a better relationship, a better tomorrow, a better life, being a better person by looking at yourself. How can I improve? What can I do? We can't put it on other people to move on for us or to help us move on. If you get help, awesome. If there's somebody that's holding your hand besides Christ, amazing. But most of the time we walk on our paths alone. Even when we walk together, we have to walk alone. Because how I'm feeling about the situation isn't exactly how my husband's feeling about the situation, and vice versa. There might be some common areas, but no two people are the same. It's just the way things are. We all process the things differently because of the schemas and the filters that we have in our lives. So be the bigger person sometimes and move on. If your sibling has burned every bridge there is and does not understand why, be the bigger person and explain it so that she or he can develop an understanding and move on to do better. Sometimes we have to be the external factor that will direct someone else. So we're walking our path as we interact with other strings and lines and people, right? The strings and lines are attached to people. All right. Me and my husband used to constantly argue in private and in public and go back and forth and escalate things that didn't need to be escalated because we were not listening and understanding each other and not absorbing what the other was saying because of some insignificant reason or prior grievance that we had not let go of and misunderstood each other even when we were trying to say the same thing. Now, when we talk, we take the time to make sure we understand each other, and at least 85% of the time, we're saying the same thing, but we're just coming at it from two different sides. One is going from the small picture to the big, and one is going from the big picture to the small. But it's the same thing with a different perspective. We have to learn to, one, identify our perspective and also respect others' perspective. All right, beautiful people, that's all we have for today on His, Hers, and Ours, Hers edition. We talked about avoiding pettiness in our relationships, focusing on understanding instead of blame, and taking responsibility for our own happiness. But listen, we can all get petty sometimes. What are your tips for overcoming pettiness and building stronger relationships? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Stay blessed. Join us again next time. Bye.